Good evening, everyone. Good morning to Europe. Wherever you are, welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. I'm James FNX, and I'm joined tonight by Tracy M. Tracy, how you doing?
Doing great. You and I talked about this before. We made this restream happen. After watching last night's race, we had to get this one on the schedule. So we're gonna see a good one, I hope. I don't know if we can quite beat the drama that unfolded at the end of the last one, but it should be a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got this is game 2 of the second place matchup in Group T. On the left, we have jkoper, who won an exciting match last night. And on the right, we have Julloninja. Both these runners are playing for their tournament lives. And jkoper wins tonight. He will move on to the bracket stage. If Julloninja wins, we get a game 3 scheduled for tomorrow night.
And for those of you that might have missed it, the race yesterday came down to a fire rod situation. So Julloninja didn't need the fire rod for anything throughout the rest of the race. Skullwoods and Turtle Rock both being pendant dungeons. But the GT Big Key turned out to be on the right side and Julloninja either did not want to or did not know how to do the bomb jump that allows you to skip the fire rod, and therefore had to leave and go find that fire rod, giving jkoper a chance to catch up, having been a little bit behind. So definitely not an ending you expect to see. It's definitely one of the more unique endings we've seen in these races, and they're off.
Yeah, I don't think anything from our seed last night was anything any of our any viewers expected in terms of routing. We'll see what Julloninja has in store for us today, as our first item in Link's house is 50 rupees.
And we'll see what our item. I'm already going on record. I am expecting a fire rod here because, in my experience, this game always likes to give you the item that you in your last seed did not get or had trouble finding.
Yeah, just like every other match in the tournament, this is going to be standard mode. As you can see, we're going through the escape, and it's going to be a hard item pool. So later on, we're going to see some green 20s, so replacing some of the higher level items. It's a bow we have on the uncle.
Darn. Certainly a nice item. In some sense, with the standard mode, with there actually being 2 bows, I actually think that's one of the items I like less, just because there are 2 of them in the pool, and now we don't have 2 of those, but there's still only 1 fire rod, there's still only one hammer, only 1 cane of Samaria. It's certainly better than getting the cane of Burna.
Everything is better than the cane of Burna, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a bad one to have. This bow is great. You're going to be able to kill these green guards in one shot. The blue guards are going to take a couple. Not the greatest weapon for dealing with the rats at the end of the escape, but you do have a great chance to farm if we needed to. We did find bombs in the secret passage chest as well, so not going to have to worry about farming enemies tonight.
Yeah, not going to have to talk about prize packs, because I think we're just going to, with those 3 bombs, there's really no need to kill extra enemies. If you do happen upon a good prize pack, then, by accident, then maybe farm a little bit, get extra bombs, or if you get the rupees, but I don't see that happening here, really.
Yeah, the rupees are too deep in any of the prize packs to really farm for them.
Yep. Unless, of course, we get another weapon in here. That sometimes happens. And that green guard, the one reason we can't have an ice rod for this for escape, because for whatever reason, the ice rod will kill blue guards, but will not kill green guards.
Yep, and we find our small key. Has to be one of these first 4 chests, so there's at most 3 items in the beginning of the escape, and then that small key in one of these first 4 chests. We find it here, so we'll have 2 more looks before we get to the back.
And the other green guard just being annoying right now for Julloninja. Ignoring jkoper. Hey, nice arrow refill. Normally you don't like to see those arrows because, you usually have plenty, but here, that's actually a very nice pickup. It gives us extra shots for the key rat, and just in case key rat doesn't play nice.
Yeah, the key rat, if it's hanging on the side of a wall, it can kind of the arrow hitbox doesn't really pick it up very well, so you kind of have to hit those rats in motion.
Now we'll get another item here. I don't think we've seen the map yet, so
No, we've
will
not.
Still come up at some point.
Yeah, no map yet. So the back will have 3 items and a map somewhere between there's 5 chests, so there'll be 4 items and a map between those. Maybe 1 chest at Dark Cross, 3 in the back of Escape, and then 1 at Sanctuary.
Looks like the guards may be just in that rupee pack. But right now with 72 and 71 rupees, the runners are not going to have trouble getting bottle vendor money. And probably not going to have trouble getting money for both bottle vendor if they need to buy extra bombs. The 2 they're going to come out of here with a good start for Kakariko. They're probably going to find more bombs there anyway.
Yeah, with the money that's in pots and Kakariko, they're only 30 rupees away from being able to buy both.
Oh, it wasn't the rupee prize pack. That's actually the bad prize pack where it's like green rupees and hearts, and that's it.
Yeah, no,
and more arrows.
More ammo.
I mean, if you're gonna get arrows, you might as well get them here. Oh, at this point, you probably don't need 30 arrows to kill the key rat.
No, but it can take more than 1 sometimes.
Oh, for sure. In fact, Julloninja taking 2. Looks like jkoper got it in 1. And we'll see what's in the sewers here. There's that map. A hammer's nice. And a sword.
So we found the armory of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, sure did.
There's tons of weapons as we get out of here. Not a lot of health, not a big deal as of yet, but gonna be able to kill just about anything we walk across.
Okay, now the next question is going to be, is Julloninja going to go for the Kakariko skip that he really went a long time on yesterday? I want to say it was like 44 minutes by the time he actually went back into Kakariko and was late to a couple of key items there.
Yeah, it almost paid off last night, though, but we'll see what happens. This is a save and quit, so we're going to see Julloninja go off the beaten path yet again.
Yeah, looks like. I mean, he did, I forget what was it a glove in Agina, I want to say? That
there was a glove in Agina's cave and a glove in Sanctuary, or a glove in Kakariko yesterday. So
and Julloninja was just going to get back to Kakariko a little bit sooner than jkoper, which is what gave him that lead he had.
Yeah, so Julloninja is going to head down and take a look at the dam. Meanwhile, jkoper is going to take a look at our 2 items here in Lost Woods. But first of all, we get a tree pull, more ammo, more firewood. Moon Pearl.
There's a Moon Pearl.
That's not good news for Julloninja.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is and it isn't. He's not gonna be able to do quite the same amount of time skipping Kakariko.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to spend 45 minutes of the game outside of Lost Woods. Just more firewood on both sides.
Well, I'm not even sure how many arrow packs there are in the game, but that is a lot of them.
Julloninja does get 300 rupees, which will take care of all of his cash needs once he decides to go to Kakariko. Puts him close to Zora money, but we're quite a ways away from worrying about that.
Gonna go to Mini Moldorm Cave. Probably gonna use the combination of... he's only got 1 bomb, so he's got the sword. He'll use that, it looks like. Could use arrows.
Yeah, plenty of weapons here. The hammer's not the best against these guys, but...
Yeah, hammer's actually pretty bad. Oh, there's a lamp. Bottle. So we'll be able to check sick kid. There's a glove in
Kakariko yet again.
So Julloninja will be able to check sick kid for sure when he goes to Kakariko, so that saves him a little bit. He's going to be gated back there a lot sooner this time between that glove being there and the Moon Pearl in the woods.
Yeah, we're gonna see it. We're probably gonna see an Eastern Palace play before that. Is we've got a bow, we've got a lamp, and we've got some actual weapons too. So everything in Eastern Palace is free and breezy for Julloninja right now.
Yeah,
As,
wouldn't surprise me either. Although we haven't seen a map check, so we don't know if it's a pendant or a crystal.
Yeah, the bottle vendor having a green 20. So one of our luxury items costing 100 rupees, you only get 20 back. What a deal!
There's a master sword for jkoper.
And
so between the two runners, Aga's in logic.
Yeah.
And a book.
But we don't need to do Aga because we already have a hammer, a glove, and a moon pearl.
There you go.
So unless there's something on Lumberjack Ledge, Aghanim's going to be nice and safe up in his tower.
Yeah, as I always like to say, Aga's not dead. He's actually alive and can just stay that way and just be bored in that tower of his. jkoper checking, doing the early ped check.
Yeah, I like this out of jkoper. Julloninja's going to do these fake flipper checks. Kind of awkward not having that moon pearl, but does have Zora money.
Yeah, we'll see if he continues this all the way to Zora. I'm not a huge fan of pairing these two flipper checks together just because it's so slow to get over here in the first place. And then you have to do the fake flipper again, and then it's so slow to get back. And we do see a map check in the Dark World, jkoper, already in the Dark World at 9:30.
Yeah, and we saw green pendant at Skull Woods and pendants at Thieves Town. It looked like Turtle Rock for the other one. So once again, a potential fire rodless seed, just like yesterday.
Yeah, and Julloninja pulls a sword out of the hobo, so not a bad pickup. It is going to continue on to Zora.
That's our third sword already this seed.
And I do expect Julloninja to eventually get the sword that jkoper has. I don't know for sure that jkoper gets that sword over on the hobo.
It's pretty likely. I wouldn't imagine that jkoper would give up on these flipper checks, knowing that we're going to find flippers at some point with Swamp Palace in play, and with a ton of Zora money along the way in the checks that he's going to do from here to there. We know there's a 300 rupee drop in the dam, so I can't imagine that that sword's going to elude jkoper unless he finds a third sword in between here and there.
Yeah, and also a Cane of Samari in Skull Woods.
That's a very good find.
Okay, didn't see what was on Zora Ledge, but we will see what's on Zora.
It was a red 20 on Zora Ledge, okay. So nothing going there.
Yeah, not worried about that. Yeah, and to answer the question in chat, why didn't Julloninja check Waterfall? In order for that to be sequence broken, you need to have a moon pearl. I'm not sure anybody knows why, but for whatever reason, the game lets you get from your water walk stage, from your fake flipper stage into a water walk stage when you have the moon pearl, and that's what allows you to check that location. Julloninja without a moon pearl can't do it, and like you suggested, he is going over to Eastern Palace.
Yeah, if you're playing as a Skip Cat Rico one day, you're gonna skip Cat Rico the next day too. So we're gonna go to Eastern Palace. It's fully clearable. jkoper's gonna hop into Pendant Thieves Town. We already found one item in a pendant dungeon that Cane of Samaria is required. We'll see what Thieves Town has to offer, and we'll see if jkoper decides to full clear or just do the front four.
Yeah, I like this from jkoper because I would be shocked if he's going to finish this dungeon because A, it's a pendant, B, he's only got 3 hearts. Certainly a doable fight, but it's quite a risk if
yeah, it's very spooky.
I mean, if you follow the script, you should be fine, but you're also talking about crickets that do 2 hearts of damage because we're never getting more than green mail, so.
Yeah, almost every enemy in this dungeon deals 2 hearts of damage. It's a spooky place for someone on 3 hearts.
Yeah.
We have not found any items yet on jkoper's side. We found a map and a compass. We do find powder, and the last chest is going to be our big key. And jkoper does decide to grab. He thought about just death warping before there, but does try to grab that big key.
Yeah, I think you have to grab that here because if you come back in here, you don't want to have to be searching out that.
Exactly.
Big key. Meanwhile, Julloninja entering Eastern Palace will be able to clear this.
Yeah, 3 items in Eastern Palace. We'll see what it has to offer for Jullo. jkoper's going to finish out Village Outcasts, and then I'm going to imagine just walk it down to Hype Cave.
think that makes sense. A nice half magic find, always a nice luxury.
Might even walk it all the way to pod, depending on what he finds.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a little unfortunate since there's a lamp to make pod a lot easier over in South Shore. It wouldn't surprise me if he would just, I mean, because he's got the good Dark World access with the hammer and the glove. It wouldn't surprise me if he takes us down to Hype Cave and then saves and quits, does like South Shore, and then maybe what he'd really like to find is a mirror so he could combo the pod Eastern. Not looking like we're going to see that before he gets there, though.
Yeah. Some runners try to put off that Eastern check until they, like you said, have a mirror and can loop those two together, or have the Moon Pearl and walk down and do it that way. But Julloninja is just prioritizing this dungeon that he can complete and getting a crystal and get some items out of it, hopefully.
Yeah, nothing wrong with doing the clear the dungeons, the crystal dungeons that you can clear. And let's see what we get from the dig game.
A lot of moved earth, at least. This is a really long dig game.
Just a single arrow. Oof.
Quantity 1 arrow.
That is a lot of digging for a lot of stuff you don't want.
So I don't know if any of our viewers watched this or we've been playing this rando for a while, but about a year and a half ago, hints were a thing that were turned on by default, and turns out that single arrow is a unique item, and a lot of the hints refer to unique items, and sometimes you just get got with that one, as we find a unique Burna.
A unique item can be found in the dig game. Well, yeah. Thanks, game.
Cane Burna is a nice safety item. Will unlock one check eventually. That's being Spike Cave.
Also nice in the blind fight that we hope not to do.
Yeah, it is actually very nice in the blind fight. Not quite as nice as the cape, because you can stall the magic usage in the cape, but does give you a lot of protection in that fight. The Dark World is mean and does a lot of damage to players, taking 2 hearts after they hit for the Moblin.
Alright, here's our Hype Cave. Let's go. Heart Container, which is probably a welcome sight right now, considering jkoper still is only on 3.
Oh yeah, the 2 hearts here is no progression, but still absolutely fine for jkoper in his position. Walking it out, looks like we are going to walk it all the way up to at least the pyramid, take a look there, and possibly over to Palace of Darkness as well.
Yeah, it is continuing on. This is not a pod I'd want to do. 5 hearts would be fine. Dark rooms would be fine, but 5 hearts and dark rooms I would definitely not be on my list of things I want to do.
Yeah, the turtle room is going to be an adventure, as jkoper is going to look at the pyramid first, and we'll find out if he actually wants to take on pod from here.
You could also route this into Catfish. We'll see if he does that instead.
Yeah, that is a possibility. I'm not going to have a very opportune time to do Catfish otherwise, other than potentially with North Dark World checks if we find boots later and find a mirror. But who knows when we're going to be there.
All right, looks like nothing was in Eastern. We did get those slippers out of Saha, so definitely has the ability to do. He can go back and do that waterfall ferry if he wants to. We'll see what he chooses to do.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward for him. He's already done half of the checks in.
I know. Yep.
Half those water checks, and jkoper is going to head over to Catfish, like you said. Yeah, this is probably the best time for jkoper to do this check.
So Julloninja is going to go ahead and hit Kakariko from south to north.
So you think.
Yeah. We'll see. We haven't seen Race Game from jkoper's side, having abandoned a lot of these checks for the Dark World, for the early Dark World access that he had.
And the mushroom at Race Game, I'm sure that'll get Julloninja over there and grab that. It's always in the potential. It's a potential item.
Yeah, I like to say TBD.
jkoper getting his first bottle out of Catfish and packing it in the Dark World for this point in time. Imagine jkoper's going to head down to the South Shore, and we'll find that lamp and some other goodies as well. Oh no, we're going to walk it over already to the Eastern immediately.
All right. Well, he's going to have a slightly more difficult Eastern Palace because he will have to do it in the dark. Actually, he's going to check the Lake Hylia Island first. Or maybe, yeah, just going to check Lake Hylia Island. Sees a heart container.
Buying some bombs so he can get into back of Saw Hut.
Yeah, that's a good
and
plan.
A potion. This is smart. This is smart. That second Dark Ribbon Eastern Palace with the 2 red Igors, really dangerous. And well, that potion will help him out.
Yeah, the blue Igors, of course.
We did see in the library. We saw a bow, which will be a second bow. So in the hard item pool, some of these items that are visible out in the open still show up as the items they are. But if you bonk it off, you're just going to grab a green 20.
Yeah, so we'll never be back there. Sig Kid with just 5 rupees. And the rest of these checks we saw on jkoper's side. So right now, for a little bit, the runner's just going to be tracing each other's footsteps. And there's those flippers for jkoper.
Yeah, Jules going to end up with a tempered sword out of this.
Yep.
And that'll be a decent little advantage on his side. We no idea when jkoper's going to get over to the man under the bridge to get that third sword for him.
With those flippers, maybe a little sooner than later. I'm trying to think what the good things to do for him. I mean, does he try and do pod before he does South Shore and get that lamp? And that lamp could be hard required. Depends on where the fire rod is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, we could have another fire rodless seed. Now that I'm looking at our pendants, we got Skullwoods and Turtle Rock once again, both pendant dungeons.
Yeah, we have Ice Palace sitting there as well, and fire rods get you in there, but so does Bombos. And last night we had the actual dream where all 3 of those potentially firelock dungeons were pendants, and then the fire rod still ended up being logically required because this game.
Yeah, it likes to do those things.
I think the jkoper is making this play over to Eastern that he wants to try and loop in pod with it, and grabbing the potion is more for a turtle room play.
Yeah.
You definitely doesn't want to use it on the Igor room in the back here of Eastern, but does have it if that happens, and they can make some decisions then after that. But I definitely think by buying that potion and choosing this over the South Shore play, that this is he's gonna try and loop both those dungeons in here one at a time.
The thing about the difference in the Igor room, which is a nasty room. If things go really wrong, if you can catch it in time, you can actually leave the room and jump into one of those pots that have fairies. So that's always an option. Julloninja is gonna get his Moon Pearl very soon.
Yeah, about to walk on it here, and we'll see where Jula wants to go from here at this point.
He might just go straight to the Dark World.
Yeah, very likely.
Or he might just save and quit. A little surprised, because one of the advantages to his routing would have been able to just go straight into that Dark World portal, but looks like he has other ideas. Maybe he wants to start with Hype Cave, get those container hearts that we saw on jkoper's side.
This is gonna look over at Hype Cave. Yeah, this actually works out pretty well for Joel. He's gonna be able to do pod. Won't have to worry about this lamp issue. Already has done Eastern, so there's no reason to wait any longer to do pod. He'll just hop in right now, see the pods of crystal, and head on over.
jkoper trying to farm extra health and almost gets nailed by the Igor there.
Yeah, those Igors are pretty aggressive on it. On green mail. Hard to damage whether you bump into them or they run into you. Even when they're not active and you just bump into them, it's hard to damage. So that's the really dangerous thing about this room is you can get kind of trapped around an Igor if you're not careful. Or if you're trying to race your way over to the door here, and the Igor on the left kind of wakes up and catches you. Koper having some problems here. Does find that Igor with those arrows. Grabs a key, grabs a heart, and is now looking for his pot to throw to get out of the way.
Yeah, that pot is...
Oh, it went into the rupee room. It's going to get some money out of this.
No, you don't often see someone go into the rupee room when in the dark.
No.
Actually, I don't even see it that often when it's not dark, but yeah, pretty rarely see it in the dark.
This makes total sense. He needed money for pod.
Yeah, he did. That's a good point. Yeah, there's a big 300 sitting for him in Mini Moldorm Cave that Julloninja has that he has not picked up.
Yeah, so that actually worked out really well for jkoper. He did manage to kill the other Igor with the sword spin. So didn't have to worry about finding that Igor, having that Igor find him and catch him in the dark. So pretty free and clear to go just clear at that rupee room.
All right,
Julia with that temperance sword Julia the tempers are making quick work of the enemies on the way to pod.
Yeah, definitely a nice thing to have.
jkoper not going for the quick kill, trying for the ice Armos quick kill. Doesn't quite get it, but we'll
fired only one shot to the left instead of two.
Yeah,
so it's not going to work out. Did manage to keep it good enough that he didn't lose a ton of time to it.
Key in the first chest of pod, so we'll head into the lobby. Pod without boots and without a mirror is big slow.
Annoying.
Big slow.
And soon both runners will be in pod. Julloninja, with the advantage of having that lamp, will have an easier dungeon to clear.
Both lamp and having a tempered sword will be able to kill those. Even if you didn't have the lamp, the tempered sword would be a pretty big advantage to kill those turtles in one hit, whereas the master sword takes two. And swinging your hammer around blindly is the hitbox is kind of weird and kind of bad.
Yep.
The lamp is going to be a huge advantage for Jula in this dungeon, though.
Yeah, also make the dark maze a lot faster. And of course, so far, we're just, Pod's living up to its reputation, giving us all the small keys we could possibly want. Ah, there's the big key.
I would start singing, but I don't want to get that DMCA strike.
See if there's anything here on the right side. One more key to find, I think. Yeah, one more key to find, and we'll see if the other chest is an item.
That is an item. That is quite an item.
That is an item. That is a very good item.
So that opens up the mountain.
My favorite item. Yeah,
that opens up the mountain. That's about all it opens up right now, but the mountain is a ton of checks. It also gets us access to Hera and another crystal.
Mm-hmm. And to be clear, it doesn't. I mean, the mountain was already open to them with the gloves, and the lamp puts it in logic. But without the hookshot, you're only doing a handful of checks. That hookshot gets you all the Paradox Cave plus Spiral Cave, and like you say, allows them to do Hera. Hera being probably gonna be the next crystal they do.
Most likely. So one thing that this is starting to set up is we know that both Skullwoods and Thieves Town are pendants, and Julo probably doesn't have a reason to go over there for a while, and which is unfortunate because there's a King of Samaria just sitting in Skullwoods.
I totally forgot about that cane of Samaria that jkoper found a lot earlier. That cane will be required because we do have to do Misery Mire.
Yeah, and unlike the fire rod requirement last night, Cane Samaria hard locks 5 checks in Gideon's Tower. But won't be able to get in there at all without that cane. We'll see when Jullo actually heads over there and takes a look at it. Nothing else. So, Bugnet. Bugnet, big time. Big time item there. So nothing else really here in Pod other than that hook shot.
Yeah, that hook shot was the great main prize, I'd say. Oh, jkoper just gonna go to the back.
I don't hate this at all. Like you can so you go to the back and you kill Helmosaur, and then you he doesn't have to worry about the stress of dealing with Dark Maze and Turtle Room in one lap. And then if he gets this through, can go back in and just save and quit out of Dark Maze.
Yeah, I like this with that, especially without a mirror, because yeah, the kill of Helmosaur does warp you back to the front, and then you can go to the back, in the top area and get the Dark Maze if you want, or you could skip it and you wouldn't miss anything, but I don't think he's gonna skip it.
Yeah, I'm absolutely going to come back in after beating Helmosaur King, but I really like this just to not have to worry about dealing with 2 sets of Dark Rooms in one trip. Yep.
So if you're wondering what the rooms that jkoper is in right now look like, we're going to see him shortly on Julloninja's side.
Yeah, right now this is the worst one, the dreaded Turtle Room. There's 6 of these Terrapins that you have to hit with a hammer to knock them over and make them vulnerable. And then they take 4 points of damage. So that's either a spin from your Master Sword or 2 slashes, and jkoper is going to crack that potion.
Yeah, already lost half his health after that.
Yeah, if I was jkoper, I'd probably drop a Samaria block in there to just get some vision.
Yeah,
just get some little peek of shadows at things. But 1 heart already. Does get a couple hearts back. Oh no! Oh no!
Can't quite complete it. We'll see if he goes back in or not. Meanwhile, Julloninja into the Helmosaur fight. He is gonna go back in.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead to the back this time and take a look and hope that there's a lamp here. We know it isn't here though, but gonna take a look and see what he can do here, and then make a decision whether he wants to try Helmosaur again. Julloninja, without the lamp issues, has no problems. Gets his 2nd crystal of the seed. So 2 crystals to 1. jkoper does have that Cane of Samaria as a piece in hand that Julloninja does not have to this puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where Jullo is looking. It looks like you're going to head up the mountain.
Yeah, I think this is the time to do that. You got the glove, you got the lamp, so it's completely in logic. You got a hook shot to get over to the east side. Unfortunately, when he tries and go back down to the Turtle Room, he doesn't have that potion anymore. So we'll see if he even tries to do it right now.
I would be surprised if he tries it, because he's not going to find any safeties in here.
Extra heart container is nice, but isn't really enough.
Julloninja taking care of one of our escort quests in this game. Who doesn't love escort quests? And for our troubles, we get a fancy lunch.
Yeah, not much of a tip there.
No. We're doing better than a sub sandwich though.
And jkoper having more trouble in dark rooms. Looking at his menu to see if he has anything that'll help him out. He really doesn't. I mean, he could turn on that cane of Burna, but that's only going to last so long. That thing's a big magic hog.
Yeah, and I think he might actually be kind of lost at this point too. Trying to wedge his way in and get over to the left side of this room. Nothing of value in the mountain, and Julia's going to head over to the right-hand side, take a look at Paradox Cave. 7 items coming up.
Yeah, this is such a huge time sink for jkoper, and knowing where that lamp is, as we do, going to be kicking himself if and when he goes to Mini Moldorm Cave.
He's going to make it through here. He does get item number 2, just that bug net. Did not hammer yump, so let's get over to the big chest as well.
Okay. And of course, big chest with just that compass.
Choosing to death warp out of here.
He's going back in.
Either that or just gonna walk over to Pyramid, because he's not been over there yet. But he is going to go back in. This is...
he has been to Pyramid, because he did that whole route to Catfish at the very beginning. And we saw a flute on Julloninja's side.
Yeah, flute's going to be pretty big. That'll get us in the mire area. Once we find those mitts, jkoper's going to powder this anti-fairy and catch it. Put that bug net to use.
There you go. There's that safety.
Some bombs up on Floating Island. We'll be hunting those down. We're check out Spiral Cave in a bit, but first we're going to head to Tower Hera and also take a look at this ether tablet.
Julloninja without that blue cane is not gonna have a good opportunity to check Spike Cave anyway, so it'll be an easy decision for him to do Spiral Cave instead.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is a sub sandwich on an ether tablet. All right, Tower Hera, 2 items. We've got a hook shot, so it really doesn't matter what the layout is here. There's more first item, just a big 20 laying down in the cage. And a big key, so Julia's choosing not to do a Hera pod here.
Yeah, I mean, with the big key, it doesn't save as much time, and you know, if you don't get it right away, it doesn't really save any time. So I don't blame him for just going on up.
Yeah, and this may be just a sign that he just doesn't really care that much about some of the newer tricks either. May not be comfortable with a hookless or a bootsless Hera pot.
jkoper taking another turtle death. Oh, not yet. He's got the fairy. That's why we got the fairy.
There's our second item out of Tower Hera. So getting to skip a ton here. We're going to go take a look at Moldorm and show him what Tempered Sword can do.
Be a quick fight, just a spin and a slash.
You say that, and then you get bullied.
I know, right?
There it does get it done, though. So that'll be crystal number 3 coming up as jkoper does take another death. No fairy this time is going to head back to the start. And it's going to take a second to collect himself. Make a decision whether he wants to keep going against this fight or not.
Yeah, it looks like the save and quit instead of the save and continue. I think that's the right choice.
Yeah.
You've already failed twice. We'll see if he goes and does the... No, he's going to go up to the mountain as well. It may be a while before he gets to that mini Moldorm Cave, which is really where he needs to get that lamp. But he might find a fire rod in the meantime, in which case that turtle room becomes another fairly easy room if you can light the torch.
Yeah, it's that turtle room is just it is incredibly dangerous, and there's really no way if you don't have a fire rod to make it any less dangerous. Quake can help, but isn't a cure-all by any means.
Yeah, if you have a medallion, if you can flip the turtles and then use whichever medallion, that can definitely help out. But we don't have any of those right now. Looks like the flute was the prize on East Death Mountain, so we'll go ahead and activate that.
Yep, doesn't unlock anything right now, so it'll turn out to be that we all could do all of Death Mountain in one trip, but both runners are gonna be taking at least 2 trips up here.
Yeah, we're starting to run out of checks again. Need to find mitts at this point to open up some more stuff.
Yeah,
we do have flippers checks. Yeah, and we do have the rest of the flippers checks. We've seen 3 of them on Julloninja's side.
Yeah, I still have that waterfall cave. This might end up being a look at... we can get into Desert Palace without the boots, though. We're not guaranteed to beat it.
Oh, that's true. That's right. We have that book that we've had for a while. So, Desert might be the next play. And if it's not boots lock, we can beat it right now.
And it looks like Jullo is going to head up to... heading into the Dark World here through Kakariko. We'll see if he cuts into Skull Woods and gets that Kina Samari or not. We'll see if he decides to complete Thieves Town. That would be a little bit surprising, but there was only one item in the front of Thieves Town, though, so I know some runners might see that as a reason to clear it out and get all those other 3 items now, and other runners see it as a reason to leave it on the map as a extra point of density for the area later.
I'm first going to do the other overworld checks here.
And Julloninja getting his half magic, so not a lot of ways to put it to use right now. jkoper, if he so chooses, can do Spike Cave instead of Spiral Cave after getting done with Hera.
Yeah, often a tough choice. Although usually I advocate doing Spiral Cave just because it's a lot harder to get back to it. And Julloninja is going to dip into Thieves Town. Still has not gotten to Skull Woods.
No, we'll see what happens here. These 4 checks are gonna net him the powder, but nothing else.
Yeah, we haven't seen what's on that powder yet either.
Yeah, jkoper grabbed it, but hasn't been back to Kakariko since. And probably gonna be a while until he finds mitts. Really doesn't have a reason to come back here.
Okay, we'll see if jkoper decides to do the Hera pot. Looks like he is.
Yeah, there's part 1 of the typical bootsless setup. This part's a little finicky. You can't move too many pixels at one time, or sometimes you just get pushed out of the pot. Does grab another fairy while he's down here.
And Julloninja is going to continue on in Thieves Town, so we get to see what's in the back.
Yeah, so we're getting some new information on Jullo's side as jkoper decided to leave after doing those first 4 checks and only finding the 1 item. Our stun prize is 5 big arrows.
Alright, well done down for jkoper.
Yeah, nice clean fight will get his 2nd crystal out of it. All right, first check upstairs for Jullo here in Thieves Town is a piece of heart. Still 2 more items to go. There's also a small key mixed in with these other 3 in these 3 locations.
jkoper is going to choose Spiral Cave here.
Yeah, I think after this for jkoper, it's definitely going to be a trip to South Shore. It might be dam left, but I think that's about the only place he has left right now. Like the dam left is probably a reasonable check here. See if desert's doable as we find Quake in the main room. So goodbye to the big chest in Thieves Town. We'll be checking that. It's got a small key in it. We'll find out what the boss has here.
And that Quake may or may not be needed.
Yeah, we only need to get into one of the medallion dungeons for sure.
Obviously, Julloninja is going to hope that is the entry into Mire and not into Turtle Rock. And if jkoper never gets to the back of Thieves Town, he doesn't know it, but he'll want Quake to be the opening for Turtle Rock and not be for Mire.
Right. jkoper is going to check out Race Game. Didn't check it earlier. We'll probably pick up this mushroom and then turn it in his flute. We'll see where it goes from there.
Could also do powder while he's at it.
Yeah, that'll be some new information. Nice fight from Jullo, taking advantage of the blind script. Just find some bombs. So, powder, which both the runners are found, and Quake in Thieves Town.
Again, to be determined. That Quake might be huge, or might be it could be bait if it's for Turtle Rock. Okay, jkoper grabbing the mushroom. Not immediately leaving. Oh yeah, that's right, because he needs to activate that flute,
Yeah.
and we'll see if he does the powder check as well.
Yeah, he needs to sing the song of his people.
Also never looks at what's on the library, sees that bow that we're not going to get.
And now it's Jill's time to dig up quantity 1 arrow. Or else get a sick kid check. Jill got to do this earlier as well. Poor kid had just about nothing. And we took it away from him.
Oh, he never did back at tavern.
No, we find Dark World access. We out of here.
Yeah. I didn't even do this. The chicken hut. Yeah, I knew he went to the Dark World really quickly, but I didn't quite realize just how quickly he did. So he's cleaning up these Kakariko checks.
And Jill getting that blue cane and see where he heads next. With this desert's a possibility.
I feel like desert would be the play right now.
Desert is about it. So there's desert, there's waterfall cave. It's gonna turn to mushroom. This makes sense. No reason to save it. Also get to pick up a bottle here, or pick up a potion here. Jullo's already paid off Zora, so not worried at all about cash.
Just a heart container, but you know, I mean, it's not a terrible thing. It does buy a potion.
Yeah, up to 12 hearts now. Very close to being getting a 3rd hit against some of these later bosses. And we'll get a powder check on both sides. It's just 50 rupees.
jkoper still having not done Zora checks. It's actually good for him to get a little bit more money. He still needs 100 rupees though.
Yeah, we'll find that money in. I guess we found the 300 in the dam. There was 300 somewhere else along the way too.
Yeah, I thought there was 300 in Mini Moldworm.
No, Ice Heart Cave.
Oh, okay.
So Coper's going to get his lamp and probably have a tiny bit of feel bad. And Jules going to finish up these water checks. We're going to take a look and see what's in Waterfall.
Moldorm just not cooperating for jkoper there.
Mini Moldorm is a ninja. An absolute legend.
There's that lamp for jkoper. And he leaves a bomb. He's not happy about that.
1 lamp equals 1 bomb.
And even more money at the Waterfall Ferry.
And Jules is going to head to the desert area and at least take a look at what's at the ledge. That's a piece of heart. Not going to worry about that one, but going to gamble on desert having something. We're running out of locations to have those mitts. Jullo still has Skull Woods on his map. Both runners have this. And is that about it?
Yeah, that's about it.
Spike Cave.
Yeah, that's right. We have not seen Spike Cave, and now they both have the blue cane to be able to do it relatively easy.
Let's hope it's here in desert.
Yeah, the problem for Julloninja is he's not likely to get as. I mean, you'd think he's going to get gated to Skullwoods, but at the moment the cane doesn't gate anything because we don't have mitts to use it. So
Right.
It might still be a while before he gets over there because he'll probably find progression in one of these other locations. We'll see if he goes to Skullwoods before maybe going to say Spike Cave or something like that.
So a small key on the torch means that this dungeon is logically boots locked, and whatever is on Landmole is in Julloninja, because we don't really care about actually using the keys in an unintended way. So Julloninja's going to go here and kill Landmole, but whatever's on Landmole is locked behind boots.
Yeah, so we're logically boots locked, but not actually boots locked. And what that really means is on that, if we don't find boots, and if we find a big key on the torch, we're not looking in Ganon's Tower for those boots because they can't be in there.
Correct.
Chances are we will find the boots though on our way. And this is going to put Julloninja in a nice position at 5 crystals to 2 lead. I don't know when jkoper is going to go back to pod. He's going to have to do it at some point.
Yeah, this would be crystal number 4, not 5. That Thieves Town is a pendant.
Right, I was looking at Thieves Town. So
but
dungeon
yeah,
number 5, but crystal
this
number
is a
4.
very large lead for Julloninja right now. That Kinesmari though is still a pretty big problem, as it, like you said, it doesn't lock a lot of checks. It does lock out Turtle Rock and it does lock out Vitreous, but that's not a lot of things that it stops.
It really isn't.
Very nice fight from Jullo on Landmolas. Find some bombs. So those bombs are out of logic.
Yeah. So desert, not the answer.
No, that means it's from our team, it's Spike Cave.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's what we have left. Still missing a mirror for Swamp.
Yeah.
Missing mitts for the other dungeons. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a mirror and mitts at this point, and potentially boots. They're logically before Ganon's Tower. We may not need them. Most likely won't need them. And then it's a matter of is that key on the right hand side again?
Yeah, if it comes down to another Fire Rod, right side key situation, I did see a lot of people in chat saying that jkoper knows how to do that bomb jump. If it comes down to that again, I do wonder if Julloninja actually went and worked on that play at all. I mean, you wouldn't expect it to. No, 2 nights in a row. I mean, what are the odds?
From my limited knowledge, Julloninja, it would be a surprise if he had put some time in on it. So this is going to be, if our checks are correct, this is either going to be the mitt, the mirror,
or
or
something leading to that.
a
Could be
boot
boots.
or a shovel. Could also be a cape. I don't think we got to look at bumper ledge yet. And then it is the mitt.
It is the mitts. One place jkoper may be able to save a little bit of time is if he doesn't ever go back into Thieves Town.
Yeah, as long as that quake isn't required.
As long as that quake's not required, that's right.
And I don't know. If I was Jullo, I might have like just hopped into Meyer and saw what the medallion was, checked out Meyer shed, and dipped, just to find out whether that quake is needed. We're going to get a look at 6 items here on the east side of Dark Death Mountain. We got 2 here in Super Bunny Cave, and then 4 coming up in Hookshot Cave.
Piece of heart. Piece of heart.
So on jkoper's side, he has, he knows that Helmasaur has nothing. He got everything else in pod, and Helmasaur just had a dungeon item. I think it's time to head up to Spike Cave for him as well.
Yeah, for him it's Spike Cave or Thieves Town, and hopefully he does Spike Cave.
It does have to take a look at Ogden over here. Did you skip
there are
Ogden?
the boots. Yeah, he did that after Desert as well.
And
Boots
there's the mirror and mirror. Wow.
So Spike Cave to follow the myths into Dark Death Mountain. Huge.
So we're in potential no mode here. Depends on medallion.
What is... Okay, he's just floating away. Okay, I would have liked to have known the Turtle Rock medallion.
He doesn't care, right? Like, his go mode right now is Samaria, potentially.
Oh, that's a good point. That is a really good point. Although with the way the Fire Rod treated him yesterday, I do wonder if he's going to be looking for that too. And just 20 rupees in the King's Tomb.
Oh, we do need a Fire Rod or Bombos for Ice Palace, so we're not quite there yet.
Good point. Yeah, not quite no mode. It's so easy to forget about Ice Palace in that sense.
I mean, we'd all prefer to forget about Ice Palace.
There are definitely times. And of course, Julloninja's going to hope that it is a Fire Rod that gets him there.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't need any replay of last night.
No, not at all.
Jill's gonna take a look here and see what's on Lumberjack. Making all these checks here, kind of orphaning Graveyard Ledge. Just 20 rupee green drop up there. So something really nice that you just can't have.
Okay, he's gonna check the mire area. See if he goes in if he has the medallion for it.
That would be a surprise to me. So far, he's kind of preferred dungeons. It is Ether, so won't be able to go in unless the key's under the doormat. But even if it does find it here, he seems to have preferred dungeons that he can complete. And the key is under the doormat.
jkoper is going to be able to go right in there. Still hasn't picked up that tempered sword over at the hobo. May never get there at this point.
Yeah, I would be very surprised.
Unfortunately, did not do the hookshot cave, and therefore did not get his mirror or his boots. The boots not quite required, but the mirror absolutely 100% required. So it is going to go into Misery Mire here.
Yeah, no reason not to at this point. Can full clear this dungeon. We'll pick up the other, or one of the 2, 5, 6 crystals. Doesn't know that the mirror is accessible at this point yet. Let's see what item Julon left behind here in Desert. We're gonna have to go all the way back. It's Bombos.
There's
that
Bombos.
That is access to Ice Palace. So
yeah, it is.
Julloninja is a can away from perhaps a replay.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Yeah, definitely not the item he was hoping to find. He definitely would have rather found that find the fire rod for Ice Palace.
Yeah, absolutely. So this Cane of Samaria is in a really bad place for Julo.
It really is.
It's gonna probably head over and clear Ice Palace out. Eventually, they're gonna do Swamp first. Can full clear that. Can full clear Ice. Has no reason to head over to Skull Woods anytime soon.
No, none whatsoever. So far, it doesn't look like jkoper's got anything over in Misery Mire.
Nope, just a key and a map. So we're heading over to the Firelock set.
And without those boots up on the mountain, he's probably going to end up having to come all the way back down here to check the right side of Desert in order to get that Bombos, unless he finds a fire rod here.
Yeah, that would be nice. That's gonna be in a pretty bad place for jkoper too, though, if because those boots are gonna be very, very late.
Yep.
And that it's not gonna be a lot left on his map that isn't better checks, because he'll be able to like loop in the North Dark World or Graveyard Ledge at that point. So when he can get back to Desert and get that Bombos Medallion will be a big question.
And we didn't see Turtle Rock, and it's entirely possible jkoper could get sucked into there if it is an ether required dungeon.
Potentially. Typically you can't go very far with that fire rod though, so
yeah, which is fine. I mean, you're assuming you don't have the key layout that takes you all the way down to Laser Bridge. The possibility of the fire rod being in there is non-zero, so maybe he ends up in there.
Classic required cutscene chest.
Well, let's see. Looks like we haven't gotten much in Swamp Palace yet.
Yeah, just the one check so far.
See if Julloninja decides to do the left side first. It's a little bit faster to do it first, especially now with the diver down strats, but still not fast. He's go minus 1 or 2, depending on the fire rod situation in GT.
Yep.
And it looks like he is going to go straight to the back.
Just 20 rupees there in the map chest for jkoper. And all we got left now is Vitreous.
Julloninja not going to do the diver down strats. That's probably why he's not going to decide not to do the left side first, because if you're not doing diver down, you're not saving that same kind of time by doing it first.
Yeah. And yeah, it just looks like he's a very skilled runner that just doesn't... I haven't seen him in ladder races or anything like that, so it wouldn't surprise me if he just hasn't caught up on the skills that have been learned over the last year in this game.
Although,
Which
interesting to go back and check that big key now, having not done left side. Does
does
manage to avoid the magnet stairs.
Yeah, that is a real skill. Forget
It
everything
really
else.
is.
That is real technology. So you just find a bottle.
This is where I don't like quick swap, because I really would like to see if he's gotten a map or a compass yet to know whether there's anything on the left side.
Yeah, I think there's only been one chest that I didn't quite see, which was the first chest, the bombable wall. So we might be sitting at one item on the left-hand side, potentially, depending on what these last two chests have. There is a
Okay, at
map.
least one. Okay, jkoper, we're going to choose to bomb the small eyeballs, and then we'll probably use up his bombs and switch over to arrows. Or he can just stand there with the can of burner.
Yeah, Can of Burna, half magic. It's super laggy, but very safe. And jkoper might still be a little frazzled from what happened earlier in Turtle Room.
Mm-hmm.
This usually works a bit better if you have the boots, though. You can just dash
dash
left and right. Gonna run out of magic here. So iron just a crystal, nothing of value other than that crystal in there. And Jill's gonna take a look at Bombo's tablet.
And decide not to go back into swamp, so we won't know what's on the left side unless jkoper does that check for us.
Just some bombs on Bombo's tablet, kind of fitting. Sitting at 5 crystals for Jullo and 4 for jkoper right now, and let's see where jkoper decides to go from here.
It's gonna flute away. Thought maybe this was gonna be the Dark Death Mountain check, but that flute says otherwise. He's gonna go into Ice Palace right now, which is can't do. Okay, maybe he's doing the flipper checks.
Yeah, he has not done.
No, he did that. He's got hobo, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's.
Okay, jkoper, you're missing something. You're missing something. Did we miss a fire rod somewhere? No.
No.
He just forgot and realized it before into the dungeon. Okay, so this time what are we gonna do?
When Jullo has been taking these Southwest Dark World checks, nothing so far in either of the mirror locations is going to be able to pick up our pet frog and make him almost human.
Yeah, at this point he's starting to get gated to that Skullwoods check, so he may be getting to that Cane of Samar sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's
jkoper
kind of
looks like he's also going to do the Smiths without a mirror.
Yeah, that's really gross. That is very unfortunate.
Really dislike this play before you check the 6 items over on Dark Death Mountain.
jkoper also has Thieves Town to finish, which might be on his mind.
I dislike that just as much. Actually, I think I dislike the Smith play even more. Just because it's just so slow without the mirror, and you know you're going to get the mirror at some point. Now, it isn't unheard of to have the Smiths gate the mirror. It does happen, but man, oh man, you have 6 items sitting there up on Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, it's not great. It's definitely not great, and by grabbing that Smith, definitely locks himself out of checking Thieves Town for at least the turn in, and then I'll have to walk back to a portal. And we just found some money on the first iteration of the Smith chain with those Smiths. Didn't see anything in hammer pegs either. We'll take a look at what the purple chest has for us. Just a piece of heart. So Jules got a decision to make now.
What does he even have besides? I mean, he could You could do yeah, okay, Ice Palace is the answer.
Yeah, this makes sense from his side. It's full crystal, you can full clear. Absolutely get it done.
So you don't have to do bomb jumps, but I mean everybody should know how to do bomb jumps. I always say it, you still gotta know how to do it. You never know when your KSMR is gonna be behind it. That's not the case here, but
honestly, from what we've seen from Jullo this seed, I have full confidence in the bomb jump skills, because that may be where he's at right now.
No, I mean, he's been around long enough that he would have, it's the newer runners that you worry about.
Yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
got some of the newer runners that just skip learning the bomb jump because of Icebreaker. Man, good question in chat. Does he go to Skull Woods or Misery Mire after this? And for his sake, you hope he goes to Skull Woods. For jkoper, you hope he goes in full clears Misery Mire for nothing. This hammer pig's so slow and you don't have boots. And just a piece of heart. And looks like jkoper will pick up the purple chest. And then it's either go to Dark Death Mountain or go back at Thieves Town. Yeah, Julloninja doing a nice job with the bomb strats in the big Stalfos room.
Yeah, that Stalfos Night room is can be very confusing if you haven't played the game much, and then it's just artistic when you get it down.
All right, gets the bomb jump, no problem. Okay, jkoper, where are we headed next?
It's up the mountain here. I think that's all he has left at this point is up the mountain.
Or Thieves Town, and good choice not to go back into Thieves Town. Won't need that quake.
Yeah, so far nothing going here in Ice Palace. Not a lot left to find though, so that's not a surprise.
Okay, looks like he's going to want to go into the Dark Road from the top to see if he can get into Turtle Rock. Now, hopefully he doesn't get sucked into there, although he shouldn't. Because this will be Gomo when he picks up the items in the Hookshot Cave.
Not yet. Still needs to get that Bombos out of
yeah. Got right. Those boots lead to Bombos, so yeah, he might get sucked into Turtle Rock. Probably won't get very far without the Fire Rod, though.
Yeah, the Bombos is a desert, not Turtle. Thieves Town, yeah. So we'll need to get the Bombos medallion out of desert before we can complete Ice Palace. So now we're at a bit of a coin flip scenario for Jullo after we get done with Ice Palace here. Like you said earlier, Skull Woods, likely one item. Misery Mire, likely one item.
And jkoper is opening up Turtle Rock. I think he is going to go in. Should get gated very, very quickly. If this is a Fire Rod, that'd be pretty huge for him, though.
Yeah, if Fire Rod is in Turtle Rock, that's going to be massive, because I can't see Jullo even having Turtle Rock on his radar at this point.
No, not at all. Lots of gets the gear. There's that boots. Gets the money. Gets the boots.
Gets the mirror.
Now let's see if jkoper still decides to go into Turtle Rock. He didn't save and quit. Okay, he's just gonna mirror and flute away. Yeah, this makes sense because now he has Swamp Palace he can do.
No, all right.
No, he's changing his mind. Okay.
He's gonna make the gamble. I don't hate this. You're gonna be kicked out of here very quickly normally. No reason not to do it while you're here. It's only gonna be like 30 seconds.
I mean, as long as you don't like I said, there is that one key layout where if there are no keys on the right side, that can take you all the way down to Laser Bridge.
Chat bringing up that jkoper also kind of just left a sword hanging on floating island yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's left. At least in this case, like yesterday, he could have actually scouted that sword and known it was there. Whereas today, the sword he's left is the one in the hobo. Not gonna, not as shameful to miss that one.
Yeah, so just a compass in that first check, we're locked out just as quickly as we got in. And now jkoper's going to choose the North Darkwold route. We'll go check out those two bonko locations that we've already seen. But we'll also get a look at Graveyard Ledge, which was not seen earlier.
Yeah, so this is, it's weird that we almost have, and we don't quite have it yet, because Julloninja still needs to get over to Skullwoods to get that cane. And jkoper, if he can just manage to get over and get that Bombos or a Fire Rod before that, we'll have an interesting race. We'll see if it's going to come down to that right side GT, Big Key.
Yeah, thankfully today we're not looking for that second sword as well. It's just going to be just going to be that Fire Rod hunt. It is a sword on Lumberjack. Not
well, I don't think jkoper is getting that sword. I mean, he could. He could.
Yeah, so we saw that as big 20 on Julloninja's side because he's already got tempered.
Right.
But that is a very fun location for sword number 4.
And jkoper's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to commit to Master Sword Ganon. I don't know that he goes into. I don't know that he goes into the hobo at this point.
Probably not. Julloninja decided to go into Mire instead of Skullwoods, so it's gonna find 2 items in here, but not a way to beat Vitreous.
Yeah, so this is give jkoper more time. I do think that Julloninja is gonna get gated to that Skullwoods play sooner, and it's gonna come down to where is that GT Big Key again.
Yep. I don't know what else Jullo has after this, other than Skullwoods.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's a Graveyard Ledge, which is in the same area, and you're just going to check Skullwoods.
Yeah, that's right. He has mirror checks. I don't know if he's done all the mirror checks yet.
He did everything but Graveyard Ledge.
Okay.
With these boots is going to make going through Mire pretty quick. I'm going to have to come back in at some point, but this isn't going to be much slower than jkoper's trip through Mire, even with the double dip. Is going to lose a bit of time fluting back over here later, but not too terribly slower. And with that mirror, jkoper's gonna hop in the swamp and likely full clear it, looking for fire.
Yeah, probably. And well, we didn't see left side swamp from Julloninja, so maybe he goes back in, or maybe he just goes there the first time. So, as we always say, it's a little bit faster when you have that Cane of Samaria to do the left side first, and a lot of people like to do that. Go -1? I don't know.
And that small key in the Stalfos room there means that Big Key has to be at the cutscene chest, like we saw earlier.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be at the cutscene chest, at least give us that nice small key so we can know that we just have to do it.
Chad asking, Jullo decided not to check left side swamp. We know there's at least 1 item on that side. I don't think there was 2, though. Well, I'll be able to confirm here in just a moment.
Let's see what this first item was.
It is bombs, so there's 1 item on the left side.
Okay, and once again, runner's doing the checks that the other one is already done. Except if jkoper does do left side first. We'll see. It's a little, again, go -1. You don't find any dungeon items. Not going to find any dungeon items before having to make the decision. It makes it a lot more difficult. Because the last thing you want to do is go over to the left side and pull a map and a compass.
Right. Jewel will find his second item here. And...
Oh, there's the second item.
Just a pair of red 20s.
Yep. I think
So,
he's got to go to... I think he has to go to Skullwoods now. And like you said, a Graveyard Ledge, I think, was the other one.
Yeah.
He also might not have ever gotten to Catfish. So maybe he pairs all those in together. We'll see which way he decides. It looks like he's going into Kakariko, so could either one from this spot?
I think you do Skullwoods first. I don't think he's checked Bumper Ledge either. So you do Skullwoods. If you don't find it, we know he will find it. But if you don't find it, then you check your Bumper Ledge, and then you check your Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, he's going to Skullwoods. He's going to the right place.
Yeah, and if you're planning on doing the back to front route because you're getting out of here, he's going to find it in the first check. But instead, he's going to check the front first.
And with that small key, you can easily just finish clearing the front part. And gets that cane of Samaria. He is going to keep looking. I'm not going to call this quite go mode for him yet. Just knowing his reluctance in the last game to do the right side bomb jump to get to the big key there. So it's so once again,
after last night, I don't blame Jullo for hunting for the second item while he's here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not going to do any of the rest of the stuff. We're going to mirror out. We're going to head over to Meyer and finish that up and get our 7th crystal.
So if the big key is not on the right side, this is a very big lead for Julloninja. If it is on the right side, oh boy.
Yeah, because jkoper still has to find Bombos.
Yep.
Beat Ice.
Yep.
So let's go back and beat Pod too.
Yep. Also going to do the back first. Chad asking a good question. Where can that fire rod be if not in GT? It might have to be in GT. I'm trying to think if there's... Because we're pretty much between
again.
The two runners. Yeah. Oh, Pyramid Fairy. That's right.
Yeah, Pyramid Fairy is the only... the only other thing is we could find... we could find Shovel in GT and have it be at the dig spot.
Oh, that would just be wrong.
No, jkoper did do the left side. We didn't find anything over there. So,
he did. Okay.
Is leaving the one item in big chest. We'll probably pirouette to go grab it. It isn't very slow. It's pretty fast to go back and get the big chest. Find that empty bottle. But jkoper about to get crystal number 5. And with this Master Sword, this this Argus fight is much more difficult, less smooth, and not really difficult, but just slower. Less smooth, less chill. And no way to really quick kill him either. No rods.
Yep. Yeah, that Julloninja still with that tempered sword advantage. Gonna make much quicker work of Vitreous here.
All right, so a few arrows in the eyeball, and that is crystal number 7 for Julloninja. Yeah, we do sometimes like to play some games around here, but our friend that runs the leaderboards, our friendly bot, is still a little bit under the weather. So instead, I'm sure one of our wonderful room moderators can get a prediction in for some big key shenanigans if you need to get your internet rate, valuable internet point fix in.
In the meantime, people are putting in numbers, so go ahead and put in some numbers.
Yeah, put in some numbers.
1 through 22 going to be in one of those locations.
Julloninja is going to hope for a number that is less than 18.
Yeah. Or alternatively, to run into the fire rod on the way. But yeah, in the end, the story in the seed, aside from where are we going to deal with that fire rod situation again, really came down to jkoper missing the lamp by not doing mini Moldorm Cave and just having just a terrible time in pod. Was slower in general, but then also dying a couple times to the turtle room. Still has to go back and finish it.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that's gonna. Yeah, that's about the only thing that's gonna save him at this point. If he isn't fire rod locked, then Julloninja's got a huge gap in front of him.
Yeah, and like we said, there's a couple other locations that Julloninja hasn't checked. I think really it's just Catfish and Graveyard Ledge. But
yeah, and then this big bomb.
It won't take him that long to it won't take him that long to get to that fire rod if it's in Pyramid Fairy again.
Yeah,
it
and
won't take him nearly as long to get there as last time.
We didn't see Graveyard Ledge. We did see Catfish.
Okay.
So really, it can just be the one location. jkoper's going to check Hobo.
I'll get his Temper Sword at least.
Yeah. First 2 chests, we have a small key and 1 item. So normally you'd see runners just continue on the right-hand side, but not today.
Bombs on the torch.
So 3 checks in. We'll get a look at our Stalfos room coming up for checks 4 through 7. Four is a small key. 5 is a small key. 6 is a big key.
So no worries this time. We're just gonna go up without the fire rod. Not a problem this time. Probably a big sigh of relief.
Oh yeah.
Not having to search out that fire rod. And unfortunately at this point jkoper is just gonna be too far behind.
Yeah, you never say never, but you can fill out a lot of letters in that word right now. So we head to the execution fest known as the Gauntlet here in just a couple of rooms. First, got to deal with these mimics, put some arrows in them.
And it looks like jkoper's finally gonna head over to Desert and get the bombos that he needs. So where is that fire rod? I guess either Graveyard Ledge or somewhere else in the big basement of GT.
Yeah, don't need it now. As Jullo is heading across Cannonball Run. Plenty of health. Got powder. I'm not sure what's in his bottles at this point, but should feel all right. Don't want to hug that Zazix at the start, though.
It does have powder, just in case.
Nice clean room there. That's one of my least favorite rooms in the Gauntlet.
Alright, jkoper finally gonna get his bombos in his go mode.
Jullo cracking that anti-fairy open. Getting some fresh fairy. Nice double spin there. Nice 2-cycle. That's impressive.
Yeah, no other good weapons. You know, we don't have silvers in any seeds, so can't do the silvers kill. No fire rod, no ice rod. So. Meanwhile, jkoper making his way into Ice Palace. We'll be able to go mode this. So pretty quick dungeon.
Yeah, pretty easy on jkoper's side, but Julloninja through almost all the hard rooms at this point.
Yeah, there's one more tricky room with having to light those torches with the lamp instead of the fire rod. This room really isn't difficult for that, but the next one is just a little bit harder.
Yeah, just a little bit. And then we got one fun little room at the end with a bunch of helmosaurs and conveyor belts and bumpers and just no fun.
All right, gets that last torch lit. It has 4 small keys. Doesn't need another. Not even checking AHS on the way up. So it's fire rod up here, which is pretty unlikely, but I do believe, depending on the key layout, it could be.
Yeah, we saw 3 small keys already without looking at the right-hand side, so yeah. I'm pretty sure that fire rod could be up here if it wanted to be, but it saves a little bit of time in the Ganon fight, but with tempered sword, it's negligible.
Yeah. I mean, triples will be harder to come by with lamp, and some patterns you just can't do it.
Right.
With the lamp, but I mean, you can still get doubles. He's got half magic, so he's got plenty of magic. And half magic with the lamp just doesn't use up a ton of magic, so it should be fine.
Yeah, it's not gonna have any magic issues at all. Just a matter of speeding up the fight a little bit, getting triples instead of doubles. Is 2 cycles on a negative. I think that's 2 hits so far. There's a triple with 3 hits, and there's 6. So nice 3-cycle for Julloninja on negative 2. And 1 pick away from getting us to a game 3.
And here we go.
We'll see if Jullo can get the 1-1. That's a very good first cycle there. Let's get tapped a little, but not a huge deal. Plenty of health. They'll turn off those sword beams too, which is kind of nice. Very nice 1-1 from Julloninja. Not sure if you got the hit there or not. But yeah, with this lamp, there's no magic issues. We're just gonna get some nice chill doubles out. Get a triple here.
A little bit safe with the way those fire bats were running around, but I think that's smart.
Yeah, there's no reason to risk. Like, with the way this season fell, I'd be surprised if Jullo feels that far behind, but no reason to risk falling off and starting your fight over again at that point. And as long as everything goes to plan, we'll be crossing a bridge here and get those GGs in chat. Julloninja taking us to game 3 with a win. official time of 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 13 seconds. Congratulations to Julloninja picking up the win. And jkoper has seen enough for tonight.
Yeah, I can't say that I blame him. Not going to finish this out, but GG's to both runners. I got one more game. Same time tomorrow night, or, well, I guess it still would be tomorrow because it'll be past midnight in the Eastern time zone. So
yeah, 12:25 Eastern, 9:25 Pacific. Nice early morning viewing for you folks in Europe. But congratulations to Jill.
it looks like he's ready to join us in an interview. And there he is. GG's.
Oh, thanks for the GGs.
So, be honest, how happy were you that the big key was found a lot earlier tonight and you didn't have to worry about that right side?
I was pretty happy. I mean, this time I was more willing to do the bomb jump because I'm not practiced, so...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did Koper find the fire rod or not?
No, we have no idea where the fire rod's at.
I mean, there's really not that many places left. There's a couple of overroll checks. I think Graveyard Ledge might be the only one left, and somewhere in GT otherwise. So we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when I found Kane, I was alright going in without fire rod because I knew it was more likely to be in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, definitely checked. It was definitely much more of a full clear tonight than it was last night. There were a lot of loose ends last night for that fire rod location.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't feel good about finding Kane that late.
No, of course not.
I mean, I'm glad the Bombos was required.
Mm-hmm.
So that felt good going back in the desert as soon as I got boots. But yeah, nothing else afterwards felt good until getting that Kane.
Yeah. The biggest things that happened, I would say, one, you went to Dark Death Mountain a lot sooner. So you were down to just needing that, item for Ice Palace once you got the mirror and the boots there. And the boots, of course, led you to the Bombos. But two, jkoper didn't get the lamp before heading over. He did an interesting route where he got Dark Rolled so early that he did a whole lot of Dark Roll checks right away. And it was pretty nice until he decided to go straight into Eastern Pod before hitting the mini Moldarm Cave and missed the lamp and really struggled with the Dark Turtles in Pod.
Oh, so that sounds like me last match where I didn't have the lamp before.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting similarities when you think about it, with the fire rodless situation 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, I also managed to mismark my red crystals, so I was quite confused when I didn't have 2 of them.
Oh, well, good that you looked instead of going to the bomb shop and seeing that there was no big bomb there.
I mean, who knows? Knowing it last match, I could have been there again, and I just would have been stumped by it.
Yeah. Yeah, he checked it, so it wasn't there.
Yeah, at this point, pretty sure the only place it could be is GT or depending on where the shovel's at the dig spot.
Yeah, and maybe Graveyard Ledge.
Graveyard Ledge got checked.
Oh, he did get checked. Okay, that did get checked.
There's a red boomerang.
All right, okay.
It could be as far as Laser Bridge if it really wants to be a pain.
Yeah, jkoper dipped into TR and the first chest was a compass,
God.
so yeah.
I mean, I guess I have to watch his back to see how he routed then. Because I don't see how you dip Turtle Rock but not do Thieves Town when you're there.
Yeah, he never did Thieves Town, but of course Thieves Town ended up being nothing but a Quake medallion that was not needed.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed, but I it was 3 items back of Pendant Thieves.
Mhm.
And at that point, there was like 3 items that could be pedestals. So I'm like, I'll just clear it. 3
Mhm.
items. It's probably never going to be faster.
Mhm. Actually, come to think, did we see all the items in Ice Palace? No, you checked all of Ice Palace because you weren't in go mode because you're still missing the cane. So never mind, we did see it. So yeah, so going to a game 3. How you feeling about one more game for all the marbles?
I don't feel too bad about it. I just hope it's not fire rodless again. Be kind of nice.
Yeah, well, I thought for sure you guys were gonna get fire rod and uncle because what always happens to me is whatever item I didn't get in the last race. Maybe you'll get that uncle fire rod tomorrow.
No, fire rod's not too bad. I'm okay with all of the uncle items I've gotten so far. It's only been bombs once.
Yeah,
My
but what I
entire
mean is,
time.
yeah, I just mean just for the irony of 2 fire rods with seeds essentially, and then you get on the uncle for the third one.
But we have to go 3 for 3 for fire rodless.
Hey, at least it keeps you out of Turtle Rock for the most part.
I hope so.
It looks like jkoper has decided to join us as well. That was rough on you, but you'd get another shot tomorrow.
I mean, I decided to join a long time ago, but I wasn't given an invite, so I.
I apologies. Did not realize.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever. I had. I think I had too much confidence in myself in the pod dark rooms after successfully doing them first try last night.
Mm-hmm.
And then I failed twice tonight. Maybe learned a lesson, and then after that, I was just taking some chances, trying to get back into it a little bit because I was sure I was going to be behind by that point. But most of them didn't really work out enough, and it probably didn't matter what I did. Yeah, after the pod test, it seems like you could have just last location everything, and it wouldn't have mattered. So.
Yeah, I mean, your big advantage early was you got the cane Smario a lot earlier. But yeah, those deaths really hurt you.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I pretty much did that right away. But yeah, that was a good find, for sure. Yeah, tomorrow night will be interesting. I don't expect to win, but another fire rod less one will be fun. I'd certainly take that. But yeah, I don't know. I just hope it's an interesting seed. That's all I ask for, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So.
Certainly, you guys have put on good shows the first 2 races, so hopefully we'll get another good one for the third one.
Yeah, I think last night was definitely interesting, and I don't know about tonight's. We certainly did things in very different orders, I'm sure, so that probably helps to keep everything a little interesting. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. But thank you so much for staying up late to do commentary for our race, and the tracking and everything else that you guys helped out with. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, jkoper, for putting a race on, and tomorrow night get another chance at it. Hopefully we can get it on the restream as well.
Good luck to you both.
Yeah, I hope so. It seems like this time works out well for the restreaming, so as long as people want to stay up late with us, then it works out. But guess we'll see y'all tomorrow night.
All right. Anything else you want to add, Julloninja, before we close this out?
No, just echoing the same as jkoper. Thanks to the restream and all that. It's always good to be on these, even if it's at a weird time for some people.
All right, looks like that's going to do it for us. Next race is on the ALTTP Randomizer channel. That'll be Homemade Beer versus Waterloo. A lot of races tomorrow. Not a lot of races not finalized as far as restream. So keep an eye on that schedule. Guarantee that a few more of these races will. I expect we'll get restreams coming up. So not gonna worry about that too much. But yeah, lots of Link to the Past still going on as we finish out the losers finals to get the bracket filled out. I'd like to thank everybody. First of all, thanks to our runners, Julloninja and jkoper. Thanks to James FNX for joining me. Thanks to Norse K Maddie. We haven't mentioned him, which is a shame because the trackers are the MVPs of our little tournament. Can't do it without them. And of course, everybody watching at home and all the people behind the scenes at SG and the organizers. And James, I'll let you finish this out.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and everyone. Tomorrow we have the finals, the final match of this race. Hopefully we'll get it on restream so you guys can watch it and enjoy all the racing this weekend. High stakes matchups up and down the schedule as some runners are going to try and win their way into the bracket stage. So thanks again, and everyone have a good night or have a good afternoon wherever you are, and we'll see you tomorrow. See you later.